Hello and welcome back to another episode of Eric's podcast. I'm your host, Eric. Today I want to talk about not giving up. And that can apply to pretty much anything in life. And yes, there is a time to stop doing something, but I wouldn't label it as giving up. When we go out and build projects, and a project can be anything from like a relationship, you could label it as a project. It could be a project at home, like building something. It could be a habit that you're either trying to make or break. It could be a business. It could be having children. There's lots of different projects that we do and are trying to do in our regular everyday lives all the time. And it's really easy to get discouraged sometimes when it seems like things are falling through the cracks or you're being told something from discouraging from people, telling you to just give up. Just give up already. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to make it work. You're never going to have that habit. You're never going to be able to break it. You're never going to be able to have kids. So just stop already. Those negative thoughts, because that's stuff that we can tell ourselves sometimes, and coming from other people, you have to decide whether or not you're going to defy it and say, no, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it happen, and get back on that horse, stand back up, and revive yourself. Because the thing is if you believe them and you give up, you are literally fulfilling what everyone is saying and what you are saying to yourself. Now, I'm not saying choosing to stop doing something or choosing to put something on hold, that isn't giving up, because that is a conscious decision that you are making based off of reasoning that you have come to the conclusion of. But giving up usually stems from a negative place, and it stays there. When you look back, it stays there as a negative place. So guys, this is the thing. This is what I do. Now, I am not, let's just throw this out here. I'm not a licensed psychiatrist or anything like that. So this isn't medical advice, just for the legal people out there, which you guys already know that. But basically what I do is when I have those negative feelings or emotions, I will try to take a step back and kind of look at everything. Try to take myself out of it all and try to step back from the situation and look at it and just ask myself, is this good for me? Do I still want to do this? And is this, just think about, is this benefiting my family? Is it good to be in this situation? Is this where I'm supposed to be? And pray and ask the Lord and meditate on it. And is this what I'm supposed to be doing right now? Is this what you want me to do? And first, if you do that, you feel a lot better instantly. You just do. And then 2, you actually have some form of direction. And 3, you are not listening, or you know that you're not listening or making a decision based off of those negative people and those negative thoughts. And so just take a step, just take a moment. And then you can decide and make a decision. But just giving in and just giving up and just throwing your hands up and saying, can't do it. I'm not even going to try anymore, as I can't do it. The reality is you probably can. It just is going to take some time. That's one of the things in coding. When I was learning how to code websites and other things, or really anything, honestly, actually, because every time I learn a new coding language, there's always the same sequence of events. There's always a try, didn't work, try to figure out why it didn't work, try again, it didn't work, try to figure out why it didn't work, and you just keep doing that loop. And you know what's actually happening? You are learning why it doesn't work and how many ways it doesn't work. But there's going to be a time when you keep trying to keep doing it, there will be a time where it works. But you've gained all the knowledge on ways it doesn't work, which you might think is not very useful, but actually is. It's very useful, because when you want to go back and code something similar, you have all the knowledge of the other thing that's similar, why it didn't work, and you can bring that in and halfway be done with the job, because you already spent the time knowing why most of it wouldn't work anyway. So you can just go straight to the answer. I mean, okay, another great example would be building a book, maybe, or writing a book. Take a podcast, for example. I have been doing these podcast recordings, but more as a diary to myself for years and years and years. But actually doing one publicly is brand new to me. So I know ahead of time that I'm going to learn, and I'm going to iterate, and I'm going to keep going and running it until we get something that actually is great and sounds decent and is good for you guys. So anyway, the whole point of this is to understand and just, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling low, like you want to feel like you want to give up on something, or give up on a relationship, or whatever it may be, take a step back and just ask yourself, do I still want this? Is this good for me? And Lord, what do you want me to do? And just wait for the answer and meditate on those things. And every time it happens, do the same thing. And your resolve will become more and more strong as you do that. And those voices of those people telling you can't do it, you won't be able to do it, you can't accomplish it, will just slowly fade and fade and fade. So that's it. That's the episode for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope it was somewhat encouraging, and I will see you guys next time.